Hello farmers and welcome back to Western Australia. We got ourselves in the Massey Ferguson and we got our spreader on the back of it. We're going to top it off with some fertilizer and we're going to take care of our sugarcane field and our grass field to finish off the month of October. Let's just scooch on through here and make sure I'm on the widest working with. That's always helpful. And let me scroll back a little bit. Getting a nice view of the trees behind us. Alright, and away we go. Yeah, I'm going to spread the field separately. That way, with precision farming, I shouldn't over-fertilize the grass field, but I could over-fertilize the sugarcane field. No, wait, that'd be the opposite. I could over-fertilize the grass field and not the sugarcane field. Yeah, so we'll just do them separately. So, actually, an interesting comment came in from last episode, and I thought about this once, and then I said, nah, I really don't want to do that. But they said, why not just buy one of the biggest fields that we can, if it's reasonable, and put grass into it, and just make silage bales off it for this year. A couple reasons why I didn't want to do it too much, because we already got a decent-sized grass field, and I don't want to be repeating jobs too much. Silage is, of course, going to make us a lot of cash. And also, that's going to create a long job. I mean, it took a long time just to mow and bale up this field. But I suppose what I could do, if we get ourselves another grass field, I could always just set the mower on course play. And then, of course, have the worker, like always, following behind it, baling up and making silage bales. Do I have enough tractors to do that? I think so. I think when it comes time to, like, harvest, I'll be in a harvester, and then, of course, we just got the truck and trailer anyways, so maybe that is the way to go. Currently, right now, all the fields that I want to buy or look at, as we have seen, the price is just, I don't want to say, well, some of them are way over, and some of them are kind of reasonable. So I'm going to wait another month here and see what happens on the pricing of the field. I'm also thinking maybe just this year, just not buy any more land currently unless a really good deal comes up and just kind of focus on the financial side of things. We got a couple of loans, nothing too crazy, but I mean, I could pay off the loans and then, of course, just start stockpiling up some money, and then that way when some land does come up for sale, I won't actually have to take a loan. I mean, there's a lot more things that we still need to buy for the farm. Forage harvester is something we do need to buy, but it's not like a rush, because I can just keep on leasing that for the one day, because I only need it for the one sugarcane field. It's not like the harvester that we currently have. We always have different type of crops in the ground. One might, need to be harvested in, I don't know, December, and the next one may not be harvestable until February. So that would mean, leasing a harvester for different months. With the sugarcane field and the forage harvester, we know when the field's going to be ready, and I don't need it for anything else, so it makes it kind of easier to just lease that one and the header as well. But we will be buying it here in the future. That's something we need to have before we leave Farming Simulator 22 and Western Australia come mid-November, which, I said it way back when they announced it, when I said it may seem like it's a long ways off, but now here we are. We're approaching late September, so we only got about another month and a half, and it's going to go quick. But that we'll have definitely the forage harvester and the header before we leave here. This grass field here, the next two cuts, as I mentioned last episode, we're just going to go ahead and make hay in it the next two cuts, just to be sure the sheep have enough. The sheep pen is almost full again, but at least this time it'll be full of females only. We will have one ram just because. And the chickens and ducks, I think we're just shy of 300 birds in there out of the possible 1,100. But that one will fill up quicker and quicker because they do reproduce eggs every 2 months once they are full-grown hens. So once we get done fertilizing this grass field, we're going to skip through the rest of October. And then November is going to be here, and then we will have 2 fields, I do believe, to spray for weeds. The sugarcane field will need to be sprayed And also the sorghum. I was going to check, but now I remember the sorghum field down by the store will need to be sprayed for weeds as well. The soybean field, as we mentioned before, that will not need to be sprayed because that was the sugarcane field and I plowed it, so no weeds should grow in that this upcoming season. As for selling stuff, looks like December before we get around to selling some stuff. I just checked also our production buildings over here. The tableware production, we got plenty of storage space for tableware, so I don't need to manage that. The sugar productions, they're about halfway through the original sugar cane I put in there from harvest, so don't really need to rush over here. Oh yeah, I do want to swap out, though, our trailers. So we got the 3-in-1 trailer, and I do want to swap that out for a dump undercarriage trailer. Is it undercarriage? Is that what they call it? Undercarriage trailer? Only because when I go in there to dump off the sugar cane, well, there's a couple reasons. When I dump off the sugar cane, I won't have to worry about the trailer tipping because it only, comes out the undercarriage of the trailer. So it makes it a little bit easier. And two, it holds twice as much as the current trailer, so less trips back and forth. So in the future, or this upcoming harvest season, I'll need to make less trips. And when it comes time to selling the grain in the winter time, it'll also be less trips back and forth. So a lot of bonuses going around there. Yeah, that trailer, I don't know why the trailer I have. I remember it, well, at least I thought I remember it being, once you set the tip side on that trailer, it would stay there. But now that I use it, every time I used to go in the sugarcane, it would always go to a tip trailer and not the conveyor belt of unloading. So that'd be a little bit more of an expense. That's more of a luxury upgrading the trailer than a need. Well, I do need a trailer. It's more of a want. Want and needs. I've been through that discussion before. It's something I want. Do I need it right now? No, because I got a trailer that can do the job, but definitely will make my life a lot easier when it comes time to selling and, emptying the sugarcane. As for the other fields, wasn't that big of a deal because with the worker going, it took a while for the combine to fill up, and by the time I came over and dumped the grain into the silo, we were good to go. And speaking of good to go, we are almost good to go here through the month of October. Oh, I should check on the sheep. They may need a bale in the feed trough. Just got to make sure they're all set and good to go. Don't need to be waking up in November and seeing a sign said, your animals ran out of food and, well, they perished. Now, I do need to keep an eye on the birds. We haven't put feed in their trough since last season's harvest, although they should have plenty to get them on through. And actually, I still got the small trailer that I originally purchased when we first got here to Western Australia. I think that holds like 40,000 liters. I've been hanging on to that trailer just because it's good to have just a spare trailer around. Never know when I might need it, and I'm not going to get that much money back on it. Actually, same thing can be said for the 3-in-1 trailer. We bought that used, and I don't think it's worth a whole lot. I'll have to double check to see how much it's worth. It might be just easier just to say, we'll just keep it here and then buy the other trailer, but then I'll have 3 trailers. I may not need that many. We'll see how much it's worth here in just a second. Alright, there we go. Grass field's all set. So if I go into here, trailers. That trailer is only worth $17,000. I mean, if I repaired it, I'd probably get like up to 20. If I brought it down to the store, I may get like 22, 23. So it is something. What is in the store page? Cotton harvester. I think I talked about that. Not really going to be doing cotton. I've been kind of told. I mean, cotton, I guess, is done in Australia, but not really. So we're going to try to avoid doing cotton here. Although there's been plenty of cotton planted in these fields. It seems like every time I look at it, field number 3 over there has cotton into it. But this year it's actually got soybeans. Alright, we'll go ahead and put the Massey Ferguson over here and park that on up. Let me grab the John Deere, and I think... I don't see a bale in the feed trough, but maybe it's out of render range. Yeah, I still don't see one. There will be one here in just a second. I was ready to say the feed trough looks empty, and then I got close enough and then it filled right on up. Oh yeah, I should feed Twister as well. I think I have fed Twister this month, but we'll just be sure. We just want one bale, please. I was thinking about getting a telehandler for the farm, but the way it's going at this point, maybe the John Deere is, you know, it's all we need to do is just feed the sheep now and then. I think they'll be good to go. Love how when you feed the animals in FS22 that they come running to the feed trough. Fresh hay for them. Alright, and then we'll get ready for spraying the weeds in the fields. Alright, let's hook up to that. Yeah, I think we're just good to go. We're going to go ahead and jump into the house here. And yeah, eventually we will swap out the house as well, but we're not quite there yet. We're getting closer. The farm is bringing in some decent money. We've been able to buy things, and sometimes things that we really don't need right away, like the wheel loader, but I do love that wheel loader. I don't know in real life if you want to spray herbicide in the rain, but you know what? Let's do a little bit of work in the rain, because we don't do it that often. Oh yeah, I should take care, because I will forget. Let's come over to here first off. All right, so we're looking for the chicks for the ducks and the chickens, and we want to make sure all the males are taken out of here, because they don't do us no good. 17, so we'll sell those. And the male ducklings, 14 of those. 285 on the birds is where we currently stand. Alright, how much fuel? I got plenty of fuel in this thing. And herbicide, I will top this off. When I first got this and topped it off the herbicide, I'm like, I'll never have to refill this again. Then I went and did one field. I'm like, no, you're going to have to do it quite often. Not as often as if we weren't doing precision farming, but yeah, we're going to have to do it quite often. I'm just going to sneak up here and... Oh, the bale is gone. Oh, yeah, I forgot to feed Twister. All right, we'll feed Twister now. All right, Twister's all set. And let's come over to here. And that trigger is somewhere like right about here, right? There we go. And just one bale ought to do it. And spin all the way around. Ooh, a little bouncy there. Excuse me, Twister, just bringing in the food. And while we're here, let's double check on the sheep. So we do have a full pen, but I'm guessing we got a couple of males in here. Is that the adult male, or that might be the adult male? Female, 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 male, young rams. Young rams, how many we got? Oh, we got a few. Now, I'm just going by what someone told me after being in Tuscany, that the males do not produce as much wool as the females do. And plus, we want the females because more of them will reproduce. and they'll get sold directly every morning if we got a full pen. What does the weed chart look like in this field? All right, yep. So we do got weeds here. A soybean field. Yep, nothing there. And we got weeds over here as well. And holy smokes, field number 16. That is weed infested. I guess the other farmers' fields are very, yeah, they don't know how to treat for weeds apparently. Okay, we'll turn this on. And we'll start spraying here. I don't think in real life you'd want to spray herbicide in the rain. But of course in Farming Simulator, you don't do that much work in the rain. So why not do a little bit here? So the grass field should be ready in January, right? That makes sense. So yeah, we'll make hay then. Yeah, we'll have to look every month at the farmers' fields and see if we can get a discount. I mean, other than the field across the road over there, which has got oats in it again, I think. We got that field at a really good price. I think that was, I want to say it was like 27% off. So, definitely have made money off of that field. But it's really hard to see where the weeds are. And if I bring up the mini-map, for some reason the mini-map in precision farming, I know I said this a few times, but this does make me wonder a little bit. It'll show you the nitrogen. It'll show you the pH value on the field when you're spreading it. It'll also show you the yield when you're harvesting. But it doesn't show you the weeds in the field when you're spraying for them. So like a field like this, with first growth stage weeds, it's really hard to tell where they're at and where you've been. But I guess the plus side is if you overlap a little bit, it's only going to spray where the weeds are. Alright, so we'll start making some laps here. Once I get done spraying this field, I'll fold it on up and I think we'll just head right on down and we'll get the sorghum field sprayed as well. So I'll see you when we're just about finished. I will say this field always kind of throws me off a little bit about how big it is. I think it's the only reason why is the other fields are just that much bigger. So when we look at the PDA of the map, it looks kind of small. But even with a 28 meter wide working width here, I got to do a lot of passes up and down. We should be able to upgrade this though in the future with a self-propelled See and Spot weed sprayer. I think I have it activated as a mod. Let me just double check to see if that's in there. It'd be good to have it in there because, you know, I might get it for sale. Where is it? Crop product. I think it's this one right here. Let's see. Working with 36. It says 36. Weed spot spraying. Yes, if I were to turn that on. And beacon lights. Well, we would want the flashlights. Default, none. Flashlights, beacon light, deco. Don't know what all that stuff is. Shouldn't really matter. It's actually only 300,000 for working width of 36 meters. So we're going from 28 to 36 meters. Oh, the working speed is still 7 though. I might be thinking of the one that I had on Hinterland. Was that the Jadco? Something, I don't know how it's pronounced, something like that. I think I did maybe twice the working speed. But still, getting something that does 10 meters wider is going to be helpful. Although I can't complain about this sprayer. We did get this on sale. I think we bought it for like $25,000, $27,000. And I think it probably goes for like $105,000 once you add the See and Spot spraying on there. So that's quite a discount. I did check the map for the sugarcane field, and it looks like I did pretty good up there. Didn't miss anything. I'm wondering though if I've missed anything in this field. We'll check once I think I'm done. We'll see. I'll see how it looks. I'm not really sure how, with precision farming, how weeds in a field or something like that actually work, because without precision farming, if you don't get rid of the weeds, it's what, a 15% loss? And of course there it's weeds across the entire field. Here with precision farming, let's say I only spray half the field, so half the field doesn't have weeds in it, half the field does. Is it when the harvester header goes over like a weed? Is that when it reduces it? Or how's it calculated? I have no idea. But we'll get most of the weeds gone here anyways. I think I did pretty well. I can still see the jet nozzles going. On the left-hand side, you can see them, well, maybe, there we go, it's a better angle. You can see them spraying now and then. As for GPS, why I don't use GPS, I used it a lot in 17 for sure. At the beginning of 19 I did, and I just got away from it. There's nothing wrong with the mod, I just prefer, when I play, I just prefer not using it. Alright, let me turn that off there. Now let's check the map here, how we did. Well, I'm not seeing maybe a little bit here and a tad here, but I think we're going to call that good. It's not like this, at least. So all of our fields have been weed sprayed, except for the soybean field, but we don't have to. So we're all set there. Fold that back up, we'll head back to the farm. Let's see, we sold the chicks this morning. We sold the male rams. Or I should say the male lambs. They're not really rams yet, I suppose. They're just lambs. But the male, you know what I'm talking about. So we sold them. Other than just checking on a few things, definitely like our production building, like the tableware, make sure I got room in storage for that to keep spawning and making stuff. But I think we're all set to move on past November. And here we are back at the farm. Let's watch out for Twister. Like always, they're probably in the road somewhere. Well, I guess the good thing about working in the rain, the 6230 has gotten somewhat of a wash today. And yeah, I barely used on the two fields. I didn't even use 10% of the herbicide. So not many weeds in the fields this year. We can detach from that. Oh, nope. Detach from that. And there we go. Yeah, let me just double check on... First off, I did turn off because someone told me, and I don't know if this is true, but they saw someone do a test. When you have all of your options on, it reduces the amount of cycles it can do per month. On the other ones, I'm not too sure if that's true or not. I turned off lettuce and onions in one because if we go to... Wait, where's the one? This one right here. I'm always full of onions. Yeah, I got plenty of onions. I'm always short on cucumbers, so I'm kind of hoping that the cucumber in the greenhouses pick up so we can go ahead and make pickles. I think that's what it's for, right? Pickles, cucumbers, yeah. That's what I'm hoping for. And since we're not in the early stages anymore, I'm not really needing money as bad. So yeah, turning out the lettuce is not the end of the world. But that's beside the point. Where was I going here? Oh yeah, I was going to tableware. I think that can go another month without having to mess with it. But also while we're here, let me just go ahead and double check on the birds. 3,000 liters per month. We got 41,000. So yeah, they're good. And the sheep, we know, as long as we keep a bale always in the spawn point, they are good also. Let's skip on up here because we now have checked the farmland prices. 67% over. 16%. 9%. 25%, 26%, 64%. Oh, that one is looking better. Something in the blue. Field number 13. What do you have in you? A lot of weeds. Soybeans. Yeah, I want to buy the fields that you just saw because you can see the road going down through here. And I want to make that a road for ourselves. Kind of going all the way through to here. And then up through here. And around there. Are soybeans in the first growth stage? Are you in the first growth stage? I can tell by... Yeah, they must be. So I can get in there, do soil sampling, lime spreading. It's not going to need fertilizer because it's soybeans, but I will need to spray for weeds. How much is that field? 700 grand. So if I take another $800,000 loan, and if we look at that field info, 105%, it's got some good soil into it. 105%. Let's go talk to the bank. 800,000. And if I do it for 5 years, ooh, that's a lot. 10 years. Whoops. Another 8,000 a month. Currently, I'm paying 23, so so about 30,000 a month. All right, let's do 800,000. That might be one too many zeros. No, that's right. Yep, that's right. Take out a loan. All right, let's go back to here. Let me just make sure that was soybean, right? That is soybean. All right, farmland. Nope, farmland. Almost clicked on the wrong one. There we go. So I do have 151,000. We'll need the see and spray. We'll hitch up to that. Let me lift up the front end and we'll grab the soil sampler. I think the Massey Ferguson's gonna have to move. At least the rain stopped. And we'll go back down there with the Massey Ferguson later on with the lime, but let's hope I can get in there with the front loader on. I mean, I could take the front loader off. Alright, let me keep on... Whoop. Keep on raising the front loader so it's not in the way. Yeah, I should have taken that out, but now I'm kind of where I'm at. Alright, let's skip on down there and start taking care of our new soybean field. It's going to be a bad yield, though, because I'm pretty sure that's been fertilized, and soybeans don't need fertilizer. So, yeah, it's going to hurt our score a little bit for a year or whatever, but it's one of the fields I wanted to buy. Yeah, I want a road going all the way down through here so I can get down to the store. So my New Holland T9 and the drill setup, or our future drill setup, can also get on down through here, not have to go up and down the road, and we can avoid traffic altogether. And no sense of throwing grass into it, as I was talking about early on in the episode, because it's already got a crop into it, and it's already growing. By the time I put the grass in and it starts growing and it gets to its full height, it's going to be like March or April. And then I don't know if I'll get another cut into it before winter arrives. So if I'm going to get only one harvest of grass out of it, I might as well do just one harvest of soybeans out of it. Okay, so it's not this field. Just making sure. It's the next one on the left. That should be in the first growth stage. That's what the map was showing. Should be fine, and it is fine. Let me just have a quick walk in the field. So the good news is it doesn't need to be plowed or anything like that. Crop rotation is going to show us good, because when I buy the field, it resets the previous yields to follow. Alright, let me get on the soil sampler. Oh, that's not big enough. I kind of forgot how big of a soil sampler that I have. Alright, we'll just go across, I guess, this way. And we'll take a sample here. Not quite enough to possibly put a seed hut down here yet. But we're getting very, very close. We're not that far from the store anyways. Alright, and didn't quite get to the end of the field. And actually, since I've been doing nothing but weed spraying, I think what we'll do is I'll, once we get the soil samples done, I'll teleport back to the farmyard and we'll grab the Massey Ferguson, dump out the fertilizer and fill that up with lime, and come down here at least get that put in. Alright, and should be able to get it in one more sample, possibly. I actually, wait, this reminded me, I think I got soybeans to sell. And that date should be coming up rather soon. I may have missed a little bit of a field over here, so it's not much, and I'll grab it because it's going to add that much more to our soil sampling. All right, samples are being sent. Let me fold that up. Not even $1,000 worth of soil sampling. Perfect. All right, now if we get into the field. Now it says nitrogen's perfect, but it says 25 out of 0. And the pH value is terrible, but by adding the lime, of course, that's going to do wonders for us. Actually going to leave the John Deere right here. Let's teleport perfectly to the Massey Ferguson. Dump out all the lime. Sorry, fertilizer. Why did that switch on me? There we go. $1,800 worth. Or $17.99, I should say. Alright, let's go improve the stats of that field. Yeah, keeping that 3-in-1 trailer, I think is a good option to do instead of selling it. Because in the future, I do plan to have another harvester on the farm. Because once we get this many fields, harvesting just with one harvester would take forever. So definitely going to want to keep the other trailer. And I'm going to go through the lime pretty quick here because, yeah, we are very, very low on it. You can see the upper left-hand corner. We got to add a lot to this field. Oh, we actually do have, I don't think I own it. I didn't realize that was here, but we do have a little spot right here where I could park vehicles and also maybe put down like seed huts and such. I wonder if the game will let me put one down. I mean, I don't think we own it. But it doesn't hurt to try. Like I said, the store is just down there, but if I could use that, that'd be nice. It's nice to finally, though, see a field that we're kind of looking at, and it's not overpriced, and we actually get a deal on it. Alright, let's see if the game will let me put one in there. Let's see, we gotta go to here. Construction. That's a container? Yes, it is a container. Oh! Okay, I might be running a mod that allows me to place anywhere. Alright, so how would I want to do this, actually? Just put it in the back? Or put it on the side? Just trying to think for future references. Like if I'm coming down here and want to turn in here with something big to fill up with seed, fertilizer, you know, with the air cart, I got to give myself enough turning space to get in here. So maybe I'll just put it kind of back here in the trees. Well, maybe not that close. Just pick a spot. There you go. There we go. That'll work. Of course, now I can't really see what the heck I'm doing. Alright, so yeah, I think I have soybeans, do I not? Soybeans, I do. Best time to sell them, though, is January. Okay. So not November. It's January. All right, now that we got some lime down in the field, how's our yield looking now? 110% out of 100, so that's pretty good. Yes, it does have weeds into it, but that's why we got the John Deere down here with the CN Spot sprayer, and it's going to go through a lot of herbicide because, well, as I was making fun of the field earlier, it's got weeds everywhere, so yeah, I'm going to go through the herbicide, but that's fine. If I got to top off, well, now I got my lovely little hut down here. We can top off from there. Well, this was kind of unexpected. Maybe not so much in the beginning of the episode, because I was thinking about, all right, let's look at some land and, you know, try to expand where we can. And then I was like, nah, okay, land prices are not looking that great. Let's try to save some money and, you know, get our financial situation off. But buying more land, you can't go wrong, because that just means more crops, which means more sales, which means more money. Yeah, I can kind of see, once again, where that someone said, you know, they've been taking down the trees in the fields. Trees like these can be a little bit of annoyance. Although I do want some trees around the map. Having that kick out a little bit, just to get around this little section right here, is a little bit annoying. So those may go in between this upcoming harvest season and next. So it's been lime, well, it's not has been lime, it will be have been lime spread. I will be finishing this off in between episodes. We did the soil sampling, does not need fertilizer, so I just need to go ahead and, of course, spray it with weeds. And then we can move on to December. I don't think we have any crops to harvest until January, so we'll probably be getting into sales in December. And definitely going to buy the other grain trailer just to help us out. I think we looked at the price last episode, and I think it's right around 110,000 to buy that, somewhere around there, so not too bad. There, I can see a lot better coming in from this side. Lime only, please. There we go. Yeah, so I don't think I really want to be taking out any more loans currently. I think we need to now kind of work on them, because I got $30,000 a month in payments. So it's starting to get a little bit up there, so taking out another loan would be a little bit too much, because our greenhouses are not bringing in that much. I really haven't thought about using passive income, like putting down cabins like we did on Goldcrest Valley, where we had a cabin. Solar panels, wind turbines. Haven't thought about things like that to make passive income. I think we're just going to go ahead and farm here. Hudson didn't say anything about doing stuff like that. So, yeah, we'll just have to farm our way through with all these loans I have and keep on growing the farm. But the farm did grow today by buying this many hectares down here, however big this field is. And I do think once we do buy another field, that's when I got to start thinking about getting ourselves another combine, which is another huge expense. So even though the money's coming in great, I'm spending it just as fast as it comes in, like always. But that's the whole point of Farming Simulator, is it not? All right, let me just double check here on this field. I want to see if I go to... it's 11.71 hectares. That's 14. That's 18. Yeah, I thought this field was kind of on the big side a little bit. But this field didn't think it was that much bigger. but it's like 50% bigger. That's 18, 14. That's only showing as 9. That's 5. That's 5 hectares, and this is double the size? All right. Not going to argue with it. The stats say what they say. But anyways, there we go. A soybean field, unexpected soybean field for this year. But anyways, yeah, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up for today. So if you made it this far in the video and you like what you saw, don't forget to hit that like button. Helps out the channel and the video more than you know. And also, while you're down there, if you haven't done so, might want to hit that subscribe and notification bell as well so you don't miss out on content like this. But that is where we are going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in Western Australia. But until then, have a good one.